Hello everyone, Gigabeef here, and today we have the first big patch for Tarkov and Arena for the linkage. For those that were wondering, this is on the preliminary roadmap, the June 2024 Arena and EFT patch together, with integration, player level synchronization, player skills mastering, new trader, and special in-game quests. So we'll go through the list here because they've given a lot more detail about what this is going to entail. For those of you who are not that interested in Arena and more interested in the base game, I'm just going to skip forward. There's a new task from Skier to start with called Easy Money Part 1, which is in the base game, I think. So if you start with that, then you can decide how much Arena you actually want to do. But going back to the beginning, there's going to be some new content. So synchronization between EFT and EFT Arena. They're going to sync them together, and you've got a unified character level, so characters level up and gain experience in both EFT Arena and EFT. A unified reputation value with the new trader Ref, because it sounds like the other traders aren't going to be in Arena because, you know, why would they be? So you get reputation increases from completing operational tasks in Arena, so those are daily quests and weeklies, as well as quests for this trader in EFT. So there's going to be some stuff for Ref in the base game, like there's a new quest line starting with Skier that presumably ties into Ref a bit later. We then have a charisma skill impact, so the charisma skill, which doesn't really do that much in EFT at the moment, this is going to affect EFT Arena, so commission fees for item transfers between the two different accounts, and then skill and weapon mastery. So skills and weapon mastery can be leveled up in EFT Arena for use in EFT. The way they explained this before was that skills were all going to be set at level 30, like endurance and strength and that kind of stuff, and I think weapon mastery probably will just be at the baseline, I believe. So any XP that you gain in Arena will then transfer to your main character. So Arena stays fair because everybody has the same skills, so it's the same level playing field, but then anything that you get in that one will go back to your main character in Tarkov, so you're still leveling up strength and endurance on your main character while you play Arena, even though everyone's skills are the same in Arena, if that makes sense. If you reset your game profile on the website, i.e. if you wipe your account purposefully, then that'll wipe both EFT and EFT Arena, but obviously it won't affect player rank, your ARP value, and the status of unlocked presets, which does make you wonder what it's going to wipe in Arena. I guess anything that you actually get from daily quests or whatever that you were going to transfer in rubles, that kind of thing. They have noted here that a profile reset in PvE will be available later. That's not really part of this, but that should be coming at some point. So we have our new trader, Ref, also known as the Host, has been added to EFT Arena. Ref provides the unique service of transferring items from EFT Arena over to the base EFT, including rubles, GP coins, and Lega medals, which are a new item. We've got some daily transfer limits. I don't really know what this means based on a type of EFT Arena edition because everyone's arena is the same, but maybe it means the base version of the game. I'm not sure. For now, all we know is that the transfer fees are going to be 20% of the transferred amount, at least to start with, 5% of the item's value, and the charisma skill will reduce the fees, and also loyalty level with the trader will reduce the fees as well. So who knows how low this can get, but maybe it'll be half or something. Then items transferred from EFT appear in Arena when you log in, which makes sense. So here's the new quest chain. So there's a new quest chain for the new trader, Ref. Initially, the trader is locked, and you have to unlock them by completing Skier's task, Easy Money Part 1. So you have to go and do something in the base game. Maybe it'll be kill PMCs or something. We're going to find out in a few hours. If you're watching this before the patches come out, it should be out at about 2:30, I think, because it looked like they started patching slightly later. That's 2:30 UK time. So that corresponds to about 9:30 Eastern. Some tasks in the quest chain are completed in Arena itself. So it looks like you're going to have to swap back and forth between the two games, and all tasks can be accepted only in EFT, and the rewards are also claimed there. So you're actually going to have to like ping back and forth between the two games, which is a little awkward, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be okay. Then they've added operational tasks into EFT Arena, so you get 3 dailies and 1 weekly. The types that you can get are things like elimination, so kill enemies with varying conditions, specific location, game mode, kill conditions, etc. Match victory, round victory, and these are all only in team fight. You get some various things like experience, obviously, rubles, GP coins, trader rep, and Lega medals for difficult tasks. These Lega medals are going to be some kind of special item. They showed this on Tarkov TV very recently. It's a new item that allows you to do certain barters, and it looks like it's going to be the high-end stuff. So separate task limits in EFT Arena. It's independent on the EFT limits. Task replacement is available at a lower cost compared to EFT, and the reward type and the size depends on the task difficulty, which depends on your character level and your task conditions. So the higher level you get, the harder tasks you're going to have, which is going to increase the reward. A little bit like EFT now. Stash. They are adding a stash in EFT Arena. This is quite interesting because I imagine you're going to be able to get items from Ref and then move them across to the base game. So you're going to win things like the cases if you win certain matches and that kind of thing. So you've got 10 by 300 slots, which is actually a really, really huge number. And this is supposedly available in the Tasks tab on the Career screen and in the Services tab with the new trader. We'll have to see what it looks like. So again, this tasks tab to track progress. This is displayed outside of matches in the task tab with the new trader, and during matches in the task tab on the character screen, accessed by pressing tab. I'm sure this will be pretty self-explanatory when we get in there. One interesting change they've made here is shootout 2x2 and shootout 3x3 modes have been disabled in regular and ranked games for further development, but are still available in custom matches. I presume this is because of matchmaking, so everybody is basically forced to play teamfight. I never played these modes anyway, because as far as I'm concerned, teamfight was like the base version. So until we get the new kind of asymmetric search and destroy type mode, then teamfight's really going to be what you're going to have to play, I think. Then we move on to the Tarkov section. So this is the actual base game EFT, and we've got the new trader Ref in EFT itself. So to unlock him, as we said, you complete Skier's task Easy Money. This trader is not available or visible in PvE, so you will have to play PvP if you want to see this new content. In his inventory, we've got well-modified weapons, rare weapon mods, rare armor plates, helmets and backpacks, rare ammunition, containers like key tool, medical case, grenade case, useful crafting and hideout building items, which is sort of interesting, signal pistol and charges, and keys to the rooms of fallen arena gladiators. We're going to have to find out where these are on the map and what the loot is like in them before we decide whether it's worth unlocking them. Most items are sold for GP coins, which has been reworked, but we'll talk about that in a second. So we've got rare and valuable items that can be bartered for Lega medals, as we said, so these are the rare coin, obtained as rewards for difficult operational tasks in EFT Arena. Now from Ref, again, I think with these Legas, you're going to be able to purchase ammo, weapons, and weapon mods, but weirdly here, it says purchase price increases with trader reputation level, which sounds a little odd, almost sounds backwards to me, so I'm not sure whether that's right or whether that's a typo, I don't really know. Item transfer service. You can transfer between EFT and Arena, rubles, GP coins, Lega medals. Daily transfer depends on the EFT edition, which makes more sense rather than the Arena edition, because EFT edition, you do have different amounts. So we'll see what that looks like when we get into game versus EOD and standard and unheard, that kind of thing. Transfer fees this way around seem to be a little bit less. So rubles are 10% of the transferred amount, 5% of the item's value, and fees again reduced by the charisma skill and the loyalty level. This is going from EFT to EFT Arena. It's actually cheaper to move stuff into Arena than it is to move stuff out of Arena. As it makes sense, transferring things from EFT to EFT Arena is unavailable until the trader is unlocked. Transfer from EFT Arena to EFT is always available, even if you haven't unlocked the trader. So if you're making decent amounts of money or whatever in Arena, you'll be able to move that over to actual Tarkov without having Ref unlocked. And you're going to get these items just through the regular messaging system. Some new items, we've got a special Arena armband, the Tactical Wasteland Gladius, which is a melee weapon, and the Theta Secure Container, the Ultimate Arena Champion Reward, 10 slots as we saw before, 2x2, and then 3 1x2 format. As it says, the new items are rewards or unlockable for purchase by completing Ref's quest chain. So I don't know how long this is going to be and exactly what we're going to have to do, but it looks like you're going to be able to earn all of these 3 things by doing something with Ref, going through his particular quest line until you get to the Theta Container. This container is actually very, very handy for people who are on standard, didn't get into buy EOD before it disappeared, but don't really want to buy Unheard. This is actually quite a nice thing. Yes, you do have to play Arena, but maybe it's not going to be too big of a hardship, especially if you get a nice 10-slot container. In many ways, I actually think I'd probably rather have the Theta container than the Gamma, to be honest, because 10 slots versus 9, and like how often am I putting 3x1 items or 2x2s down in the container? It's not very often. I think I'd rather just have the extra 1 slot. Now, the final part here is the GP coin rework. So if you did have any GP coins, I assume they're going to be moved into this new format. So GP coins now stack up to 20 coins. GP coins value is now decreased to 7,500 rubles. I think they were about 30k with therapists before. Can't be sold to Fence or the other traders. Can't be listed on the flea. Can't be dropped from the inventory in raid. Items previously bartered for GP coins with other traders have been moved to Ref's inventory, including those locked behind quests. Increased personal trader item limits by 20% for Edge of Darkness and Unheard Edition owners who upgraded from EOD, which I don't really like. I don't think this is really necessary. Like, it's not really pay to win, it's just pay for a little bit of extra, not having to buy stuff from the traders, but I don't really like this. I'd rather this not be there, but it is what it is. Added a profile badge and nickname color customization in the settings for relevant editions. So, as I said, the patch is still brewing at the moment. We're going to have to wait to see exactly what this quest line entails, especially the first one from Skier, so we can get access to Ref and see kind of what's behind his quest gating. But this is maybe potentially interesting. As I said, it gives an opportunity for standard account players to earn a container that is quite a bit better than the Epsilon container, for example, and it beats out the Gamma in some ways as well, in my opinion, because usually by the time that you have Kappa, then you don't need Kappa, and very few players are actually going to go and get Kappa. So it's nice to have this like intermediate container that is actually very, very useful, but obviously you've got to play Arena. So we will see how hard it is to get to. It'll be out in a few hours. I'm probably going to start checking it out later this afternoon if the patch doesn't get delayed, because otherwise my stream will have to end too early. So until then, a big shout out to all my patrons, and as always, have fun in your raids.